French President Francois Hollande has vowed to destroy Islamist rebels in Mali, and his country's troop presence in the country is now being tripled to 2,500. Officials in Paris have suggested that the former colonial power's campaign in the West African nation will last a matter of weeks, but the al-Qaeda-linked insurgents themselves have promised a long and brutal war, akin to the US-led mission in Afghanistan, which, by the time it winds down in 2014, will have lasted well over a decade. Mali is fast becoming the new frontier in the West's battle against Islamist extremists. The US Defense Secretary Leon Panetta says that although America has yet to decide what sort of assistance it will provide to the French, the two nations share the overriding aim of driving al-Qaeda out of the region.
Our goal is to try to do what we can to provide whatever assistance is necessary in order to help them in that effort. But specifically in what areas, that's still something that is under discussion. With regards to the objective in Mali, as far as I'm concerned, the fundamental objective is to make sure that AQIM, al-Qaeda, never establishes a base for operations in Mali, or for that matter, any place else.
But analysts are warning the French of mission creep. With Mali's central government weak and interim president Diokounda Traoré facing opposition from several domestic factions, questions are being asked about the country's ability to deal effectively in the long term with the Islamist threat. French airstrikes have pummeled rebel strongholds in the north since the intervention began, but that did not stop the town of Diabali falling out of government control. Officials have admitted to being surprised by the strength and organization of the insurgents' resistance. One French pilot has lost his life after coming under heavy fire from small arms, and the Malian army has sustained dozens of casualties. The porous borders and ungoverned spaces of the Sahara Desert mean the geopolitical consequences of events in Mali stretch well into Europe and beyond. Many fear the region could become a hub for al-Qaeda cells from neighboring countries or a base for terror attacks in Europe. Catherine Ashton, the EU's foreign policy chief, has ruled out a military role for the 27-nation bloc, but help in training local forces appears to be on the cards.
That threat, of course, extends to the European Union itself. We are directly impacted by the situation there, because terrorist groups based in northern Mali use this territory that they control for all kinds of traffic, for drugs and arms smuggling. They've taken many hostages, many of them originated from European member states. So under no circumstances can we be indifferent to the situation.
France's mission in Mali has earned the support of the UN Security Council, and it has also received the backing of several French allies, including Denmark, which is sending a Hercules transport plane. ECOWAS, the Economic Community of West African Nations, will soon deploy its own soldiers on the ground. With such international reinforcement, France and its President Francois Hollande will be hoping for a quick victory and a triumphant return to Paris, which will prevent Mali from becoming the Afghanistan of Africa.